Come on, review well. Let's go. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Man Takes Shoes Out of Box, the episode where you get to sit there and watch me take a pair of shoes out of a box and tell you what I think of them. Today we have Nike's answer to Crocs, or foam runners. Are these the Croc killers? Are these the foes to the foam runners? I don't know, let's find out. So these are the Nike React X Rejuvin8, and this is a shoe that has been going viral over the past couple of weeks as Nike have sought to break into this whole foam shoe trend scene. You could argue it's a little bit late coming. I mean, the foam runner came out way back in 2019 or 2020. It had a trending moment of its own. It pretty much birthed this entire epoch of comfortable, home-friendly, casual footwear that Nike seemed to be quite late to the party about. It's also a sign of the times as well when a sneaker's success is somewhat predicated on its ability to go viral on social media. These have been really well received internationally, it has to be said. I'm gonna guess mainly on account of the virality. I managed to come up on this particular colorway here, which is the khaki colorway. And obviously these things bear a pretty striking resemblance to the sneakers that they've been made in order to compete with. I'm talking about the foam runners, I'm talking about Crocs and clogs and all that type of stuff. And this colorway is not helping them to beat those same allegations. So on the Nike website, the little blurb reads like this: "Give your feet a rest. Made from soft and responsive React X foam, the Rejuvin8 uses some of our best tech to create a recovery shoe so comfortable you'll want to wear it every day." So it looks like they're trying to set themselves apart from their competitors like Crocs by marketing this as a pseudo-athletic shoe, in that it's been designed to help you aid in your recovery. The offshoot is that these sneakers or these shoes are so comfortable that you'll just want to wear them casually all the time anyway. So they've kind of surreptitiously snuck themselves into the lifestyle market through this performance-based back door. Right, so let's talk about the aesthetics. Okay, they are pretty ugly, but in the case of these foam shoes, I really don't think that's a big deal. In fact, these things are kind of designed to be made to look ugly. I think the foam runner is one of the most hideous pieces of footwear of all time, but that's not so much a bug as it is a feature. They have a pretty low top line situated just beneath the ankle. They almost look a little bit like a conch shell. They have these little streaks that look like they've been hit with some kind of hurricane force wind when they were drying or something like that. And they also have a series of massive holes in the toe box to obviously help aid with ventilation, as well as add a little bit of a look about them, not too dissimilar from some of their competitors. In terms of the materials, it's pretty much just the one-piece React foam upper, which is, as we know with the React foam, very squishy and very responsive, very soft. And then they have this outsole that has pretty much just been affixed to the outside, which has a little bit of a circular traction pattern as well as a little bit of waffle action as well to aid in traction and grip. You've got a couple of swishes going on the lateral and the medial side. You get a little vertical swish on the back. In terms of the sizing, I went with a UK 10, which is a half size up, and I actually think that that's a little bit too big. I probably could have gotten away with going true to size. The thing about these is that there is a little bit of give around the heel cup, and so if you get a size that's too big, you can easily find your foot slipping out of these if you were to, say, go from a fast walk to a mini canter. And so true to size, I would say, is actually fine with these, unlike a lot of other foam shoes which have crazy sizing. In terms of the comfort, the React foam is really squishy, so these don't really feel like they're cinching in on your feet. The construction, as you can see, is really wide, so if you're wide-footed, you'll probably find these are really nice to wear. They do feel really comfortable, but how do they compare to some of these other foam shoes that I've got in my collection? Well, I managed to compare them off against a couple of different versions of the Crocs I've got, as well as the legendary foam runners, as well as a pair of the Addy foam superstars. runners. Comparing them to the foam runners, I actually found these a little bit more comfortable than the foam runners. The top of the foam runners kind of grabs in on the top of the foot a little bit, whereas these are a little bit flatter and wider. So I would actually say that these are a bit more comfortable than the foam runners. The React foam also is a little less stiff than the foam runners, so off rip, I would rate these more comfortable than the foam runners. Going up against both versions of the Crocs, both the open heel clog as well as the regular sports mode Salehis, I found these to be pretty comparable to both, really. I do like the Crocs more aesthetically, even though they're also pretty ugly in their own rights, but these, in terms of the comfortability compared to both of the Crocs, are pretty much right there with them. And then against the Edifoam Superstars, the Edifoam Superstars are way stiffer. They've got a different type of material on the upper. They're also a little bit harder to get along with early doors. They take a bit of a break-in period because of certain angles of the upper cut into the back ankle. So these are way more comfortable than the Edifoam Superstars. So these were £65, which pretty much puts them right in around the same price point as your Crocs, as well as some of your other foam shoes out there. And at £65, you've got to imagine that they're making something like £63. So is this the Croc beater? Is this the foam runner eater? Is this the world beater? This particular batch, like the first batch here in the UK, have pretty much sold out, and you can't get your hands on any colorways now in men's sizes. The larger sizes in the women's versions have sold out. I think what will happen as they continue to make more pairs of these is they will just scale up the production, and once the initial hype has subsided, these should be pretty easy to cop and easy to find in all sizes moving forward. But for now, because the hype is high and because they're trying to create a little bit of buzz around these, they've made the initial release sort of scarce, so they're hard to get your hands on. But are they better than Crocs? Are they better than the others? I don't really think so. I mean, they are comfortable, don't get me wrong. I can see the angle that they're going for here in creating a recovery type shoe. So after you've done your workout, or you've played your basketball game or your tennis match or whatever, and you're taking your shoes off, you just slip into these and it's like, relief, comfy, squishy, breathable. Like, I totally get the angle that they were going for, but I feel like because this market has been so long established now, over the past 3 or 4 or 5 years now, a lot of people have already got a steady rotation of Crocs and foam runners and other types of foam shoes going, that this is really going to feel like a unnecessary purchase, especially at £65. If these were coming in a little bit cheaper, maybe like around £40 or £50, I think they'd probably get a few more people willing to give them a try. But for the moment, it seems like these are mainly being sold on account of the hype. So yeah, it's a pretty cool shoe. It's the Nike foam runner. A long time coming, long overdue, probably a little bit late, to be honest. I feel like they look pretty cool. They definitely do the job. I can see this being quite a popular shoe with people over the summer as it gets a little bit warmer and stuff. I feel like if you get a really cool colorway, like I really like the Grinch colorway, or maybe another really bright colorway to stand out in, that would be cool. This colorway is a little bit drab and dreary and a little bit too on the nose with the whole Yeezy color blocking scheme. But yeah, all in all, I think it's a cool shoe. Not necessarily a must cop. I wouldn't have said. They're pretty comparable with some of the other foam shoes as mentioned before, but hey, we had to try them out. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is Nike's next big shoe? Feel free to let me know down below in the comments. And as always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. I will see you tomorrow for this week's sneaker news recap video. Take care and peace out.